Welcome to Space Socket. A 20-year-old says a man should wait 6 months for her. Kevin Samuel shudders her idea. Let's react to it.
Kind of crazy. Hello. Oh, you were on here the other day.
Yeah, I was. What?
Okay, this is your second time. Okay, you were on here the other day. Did you go talk to your mother?
I did.
Okay, I'm talking about rules of engagement.
I know.
What do you got?
Well, for rules of engagement,
How old are you?
20.
Okay.
For rules of engagement, that something should happen on the first date. A kiss, maybe, but not sexual engagement.
And
It should happen. It depends. It depends. Is
there you go, lady. Thank you, folks. I want you guys to understand.
I did not.
That is look, that is a woman's typical answer. It
No,
depends. Look,
I was.
the young lady, you're already on a very short leash with me. Okay? You're too young for this conversation. But I'm going to hear you out, but you've not said anything. When should the touch barrier be broken? When? Don't tell me it depends. Tell me when.
After there is serious into a potential.
Ma'am, when? Time frame. Don't give me another version of it depends.
6
Give
months.
me a numerical time frame that logical, systematic men can understand. If you can't do that, no offense, but I'm going to bid you a good evening.
6 months.
6 months before they touch you. Put their hand on the small of your back.
Okay.
6 months before what?
6 months before intercourse.
6 months. You're out 6 months. You're insane. But I want to hear out why you think somebody should wait 6 months. Can he fuck your sister?
A man,
Can he have sex with your best friend while he's waiting on you?
if we're not together, yeah.
Good.
He can
Are
do.
you paying? Are you paying for 100% of the dates while he's waiting on you?
No, but if he.
No, 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 no.
No.
No, no man is going to. It is not reasonable to expect a man to fund 6 months of sexless dating. So you fund it. Why wouldn't that be fair?
I don't think it wouldn't be fair, but.
Yeah. 6 months before intercourse, when should the touch barrier, mean him put his hand on the small of your back, your butt, something like that? When should your inside of your leg, intimacy touching?
A few weeks.
In a few weeks. When should a kiss happen? A deep, passionate kiss.
A few weeks.
Which, a few weeks means how many? 3?
Of consistent dating. But if it's like, oh,
Consistent, what does that mean? How many dates a week?
more than 4.
So you think you should get 12 dates before a man kisses you?
I can't say it's.
Yeah. You just said a few weeks, 3 weeks, more than 4. So that's at least 12 weeks of dating before a man kisses
If
you.
it's one date a week.
You said 4 dates a week. I listened very well. And I want you to understand why at 20 years old, you're setting yourself up to die alone. Because
Okay.
you can't even say this shit would make sense. It makes no sense. Hey man, and this is what I'm telling you. Between the first woman, 27 years old with a 9-year-old, talking about you got to wait till marriage to have sex with her. Then we got the 20-year-old talking about you got to wait 6 months, and then you gotta give me at least 12 dates before we even kiss. If those are your dating rules and parameters, okay. But I just want you to understand why men will choose to not deal with you.
Okay, why?
Because no one's going to wait that long.
How long?
No, ma'am. See, that's the thing. This is what we need to start doing with ladies, gentlemen. Stop giving them the answer. They need to figure it out. Stop dealing with them. Ask them these questions up front. How long before the touch barrier? How long before a kiss? How long before sex? Hold them to a number. Because if we were dating and you said, oh, 6 months before sex and at least 3 weeks before you break the touch barrier and the same time before we kiss, I'd say, okay, nice getting to know you. Hope you find what you're looking for. We wouldn't have any more conversation because that is unreasonable.
Well, you
That
can.
means you are far more valuable than me. And that is not how this works. I'm more valuable than you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the problem. Women today massively overinflate their time and their value when none of these women are virgins. And they didn't make the dude they fell in love with wait 6 months to smash. They didn't make some other guy wait 3 weeks. They just want to extract as much time, attention, and resources, which is just, might as well just call it prostitution. Why don't we just put a number on it? Give you $1,500 and just get to the fucking.
How do you know that they have waited?
Excuse me? I didn't hear you. You broke up.
How do you know that they haven't waited? Like, how do you know that a woman hasn't waited for that long or can wait for that long?
Yeah, convince me that somebody's waited for 12 weeks to kiss you.
It happens all the time.
Okay, I'm gonna do you a favor.
What?
Remember who you're talking to.
I'm saying that.
I'm talking about you.
Okay.
Convince me that the standard wait time to kiss you is 12 weeks.
"12 weeks is not. It's a time. I would adjust.
That's what you said, man.
I know, but I can't adjust my answer. No.
No,
Why?
because that's what came out of your mouth first. You said 6 months before sex, and you said at least 12 dates, 3 weeks, four dates, at least 4 dates a week. No, you can't adjust it because if women start adjusting after they understand the numbers, this is what comes out of y'all's mouth. Because let's be honest, you want to make sure a man is over invested and you are minimally invested. Then my question to you, when does the scale balance? If you want a man to invest 12 dates and all this money and time and attention, and your investment is here and his is here, when does your investment meet his?
My investment meets his. I guess when he does smash.
So in other words, your sex is worth more than his.
Yes.
You're insane. But I want you guys to understand that's how they really think. They think their vagina is more valuable than our penis. They do. And the thing is, you can't make that make sense to women who are not virgins. This is why they keep saying, I'm a 10 and I am the table. But you got to admit, to be intellectually honest, you know that sounds crazy. Do you really believe that a man's time, attention, resource, and everything else he's invested and then you just decide to have sex with him. That means, so a date, an average date. Let's say an average date. You're 20 years old. Let's make it moderate. What city are you in?
DC.
DC. Have $75. $70, $35 a person. 70 bucks. 12 dates, that's $840 worth of dates. If they're just $70 dates. That's not including his time. A man will be invested $2,000 in cash and time and attention to have sex with you one time. $2,000. Okay. I got news for you, ladies. You're not going to like what I'm about to say. And I'll go get the numbers on it. But I was telling a woman when I was in Vegas at the strip club this. The going rate for, this is not my terminology, but the going rate for a shot of coochie, what do you think it is? What do you think it is?
How much money?
Going rate. The average going rate for, let's just call it a shot. Let's just call it a shot to keep it cool.
You're gonna say something under $10.
No, I'm not.
Under $20.
No, it's about 40 bucks.
Okay.
40 bucks. That ain't even a date, dear.
Right. That's one half of a day.
That's what the going rate is, and it's only going down.
So one half.
It's only going down. And you know what? When you ask women who are in the sex trade for life, for a living, they'll confirm, yeah, prices are coming down. See, modern women who are in the sex, now you can't go on what strippers think. Strippers are in the hustle game. They think that you go on, no. 40 bucks. 40 bucks. Now most women think 40 bucks and going down.
Why?
Because women are swiping left, swiping right. You made it very clear that you only want the top 5% of men for a multitude of reasons. And the conversation we're having right now, men aren't crazy. Ain't nobody gonna pay no $2,000 worth of time. When ain't nobody else at, unless you think every man's supposed to invest $2,000+ worth of his time and money into you?
No.
And you're not investing that in him.
I never said I wouldn't, and I don't say that every man has to do that.
That's the problem. And thank you. And that's the problem. You ladies have variable pricing. That's like you go into a place and you want to buy that sweater, and they charge you one price and they charge another woman a different price. You raise all kind of cane. You raise all kind of hell. So this is a perfect example because as a 20-year-old woman, they bought into this notion. That's why I took this call, because it starts so early. They think they're worth more than us. That's why, guys, don't even argue it anymore.
Since when did I say I was worth more?
I said women.
Yeah, I was saying.
Oh, but you just said you were worth more even in the equation when you said a guy got to wait 6 months. And you got to wait 3 weeks before he can even touch you.
What guy wants a woman that has been many places?
Excuse me?
What guy wants a woman that has a lot of bodies? Why shouldn't a woman?
Well, first off, who said you had to have a lot of bodies? Just get the right ones. Oops. See, if you know how to pick, like the first woman, if she knew how to pick, she wouldn't have to have a lot of bodies. That's y'all's problem. Y'all don't know how to pick. And then you got the nerve to overprice. This is why these conversations are golden, because y'all, the math is all off. And the bottom line is, man, if you watch my show, the older women get, the lower the value is.
Right.
Did you hear that last woman say that she wanted the man to wait till she was married?
Yeah, that was crazy.
But it's crazy, man, but it's not too far different from what you're saying.
Okay, well.
So bottom line, you talk to your mother. What did your mother say when you asked her about what you should do for a husband?
Well, a wife brings positive in a man. She guides him in the right path, sticks with him through thick and thin, be in the best physical shape as possible.
Are you on the heads? Are you on Bluetooth headphones or something?
No, it's bad.
You need to get a little closer.
It's
But
good
okay,
now.
yeah. But what is so your mother gave you some bullet points. How is she going to teach you how to become a wife?
Well, you should be in the best physical shape possible.
I got that. Okay.
You should fulfill your man's sexual desires.
Uh-huh.
You should run the house like it's a business.
Uh-huh.
But allow him to have a say.
How long did the conversation you had with your mother last?
At least an hour.
Okay.
I mean, it's an ongoing conversation, but
Did you ask her when you asked her why you didn't teach me this? What did she say?
why what? Why didn't I? Well, she said, as I said in our last call, she was like, well, you observed. And I said, I did observe. I said, but what the problem is that mothers aren't, sitting down and having these conversations with their daughter.
What did she say?
She said that was valid.
That's good. She took ownership. But you got to continue to get that stuff from her because when you sexually satisfy your man, okay. How long your mother been married to your father?
30 years.
How old was she when she got married?
20. No, not 20. I don't know, actually.
How old is your mother?
Okay, 20. Actually, she was like 21. Either between 20 and 25.
Uh-huh. How old is your mother?
54.
You don't know how your mother is?
No, not exactly. I'm not keeping track of the number. I think she's like 50.
Excuse me. Young lady.
Yes.
You should know your mother's age.
I know what year she was born in, 1966.
Okay. So that puts her around 56.
Okay, 54, 56.
No, but ma'am, that's unacceptable. It's unacceptable to not know the age of your mother, and it's disrespectful.
Well, I know her birthday.
But you should know how old she is. Don't make excuses. You should
But
just,
sometimes when people get older, they don't really want you to know how old
I
they
don't give a shit what they want. You should know how old your mother is. Don't be
are.
stop arguing.
I'm not.
I'm not there. You back talk him. You know, see, that's the point. This is what's wrong with you young ladies. Honor thy mother and father. Say, y'all don't even, you're so self-absorbed. You don't even know how old your fucking mother is. The point is, and the point ultimately to all this is, the reason I do this is because your mother should be teaching you this stuff. Because do you think did she run up a body count, or did she learn how to get a man early on?
Early on.
Then what were you talking about, body counts and everything else?
Because if you give a man.
No, because if you get the right man, you ain't got to worry about all that.
Right, but how.
That's your job. Don't butt nothing. It's your job to do like your mother and the women before you, to understand how to be a wife and understand how to be of value to a man, how to pick or be picked by a man and then get the fuck out of the game. Modern women, y'all trying to get overinflate your value, stay in the game too long, and you end up getting played. Think about it. Sex used to cost something. You used to have to get married before you could have sex. You used to have to get married before you could have a kid. Women have lowered the price of pussy to a penny stock. You don't need marriage. You don't even need to have sex and or a kid. Matter of fact, many women don't want to get married today. And you wonder why vagina is falling. Because y'all don't know how to pick. So you run up your body counts because you don't know what you're looking for. Ask your mom. I got to get to the next person. Have a good one.
Bye.
All right, let's break this down clearly. A 20-year-old setting a 6-month waiting period isn't inherently wrong. That's a personal boundary. But the real question is how that standard is being communicated and whether it aligns with the kind of relationship she wants. And this is where Kevin Samuels brings in that reality check. Boundaries are respected when they're consistent, clearly explained, and applied with intention, not when they come across as arbitrary or one-sided. Now, let's be honest. Some men will be willing to wait, especially if they see long-term value and clear direction. But others may see that timeline and question whether the investment matches the return, particularly in early-stage dating where commitment hasn't been established yet. The key issue here isn't the time frame. It's the reasoning behind it. Is it based on values, discipline, and long-term thinking? Or is it a test without a clear purpose? Because when standards don't have clear logic behind them, they can create confusion instead of respect. This is where Kevin Samuels' approach typically pushes for clarity. What are you trying to build? What kind of man are you targeting? And does your approach actually align with that goal? Because in dating, it's not just about setting rules. It's about setting them in a way that makes sense to both people involved. So the takeaway is simple. You're allowed to have boundaries, but they need to be intentional, consistent, and aligned with the outcome you actually want. At the end of the day, it's not about how long someone waits. It's about whether both people see the same value in the connection moving forward.